Hello, Level 4 students. It's your teacher, Ms. Kate. I am going over page 45, exercise 3 in your new Interchange student book. So this is a grammar lesson, and the information here is very basic, so I need to give you some background just to remind you about the difference between active and passive verbs, because this lesson is about passive verbs. And it's about using prepositions also. So let's go ahead and first just look at these passive verbs. We have two passive verbs, present continuous passive and present perfect passive. So we'll look at the present continuous. Read it. Just repeat after me after I read it. The air is being polluted by fumes from cars and trucks. City streets are being damaged as a result of heavy traffic. Potholes aren't being repaired due to a lack of funding. Okay, the present perfect passive. Many parks have been lost through overbuilding. The homeless have been displaced because of overcrowding in city shelters. Okay, so everything here on the left contains the subject and the verb, which is passive. And on the right side, we have a continuation of the sentence, starting with a preposition or a prepositional phrase. Okay, and so on the right, it tells you basically why. Why did it happen? And so also I want you to notice that after these prepositions and prepositional phrases, you only have nouns or noun phrases, okay, or gerunds, but no verbs. So don't use a verb after a preposition in this kind of a sentence, okay? So let me just review with you how to make a present continuous verb and a present perfect, both passive verbs. All right, so let's talk about present continuous verbs. First of all, let's just review the difference between active and passive. Okay, if you want to make an active present continuous verb, you're going to use am, is, or are plus an ing verb. And we use present continuous to talk about things that are happening right now or generally now. So here's an example. Heavy traffic is damaging city streets. Traffic is a non-count noun, so we're going to use a singular be verb and then an ing verb. And the traffic is what is doing this action of damaging. Okay, so that's why this verb is active. And what is it damaging? This is city streets, the object. Okay, if we want to change this sentence to passive, basically change the focus, we can use a passive verb. So what we want to do to make a passive still present continuous verb is use am, is, or are plus the word being. Let me add the plus sign here. Okay, and then a past participle. So we want to make, in this case, the object will become the subject. City streets. We're going to use a passive verb. Streets is plural, so we'll use a plural be verb, then the word being, then the past participle of damage, which is damaged. And then we're going to use, in this case, the word by heavy traffic. You could use any preposition. You could say like due to or as a result of, but I chose by. Okay, so it's passive now because the subject, city streets, are receiving the action of damage. The streets aren't doing the damage, the traffic is. So that's why this sentence is now passive. Okay, so so that's how to make a passive present continuous verb, like these examples right here. Okay, these are all present continuous passive. Be verb, being, past participle. be verb, being past participle, be verb, this one's negative, being past participle. Okay, so let's see how to make the present perfect passive. Get back to my... Okay, so just to review, present perfect verbs in the active tense is using the helping verb has or have, singular, plural, plus past participle. Now we use present perfect generally to describe things that started in the past and are still true now. Okay, so in this case, here's a sentence. We have lost many trees through deforestation. So the active verb is have lost. So we are doing this action of losing. We are losing. Okay, and to make it passive, again, we're going to take the object and make it the subject. And we're going to use a passive verb. So it's very close. It's, again, using has or have, but this time you're going to add the word been and then a past participle as well. So we make this object, many trees, becomes the subject. Okay, and then we use our passive verb. Trees is plural, so we have to use have, and then we have to use the word been, and then the past participle of the verb lose is lost, and then here we're using the preposition through. Okay, then we have a noun, reforestation. So the order changed. The object became the subject. Okay, and then you have a passive verb. So I hope that helps you understand how to make passive verbs. And also, so basically that's only two kinds of passive verbs, present continuous and present perfect, but that's all you need to know at this point in the textbook is how to make a present continuous passive verb or a present perfect passive verb. Okay, so just pay attention to the sentences, be careful, see if you understand, is the subject doing the action or receiving the action? If you don't remember what the verb looks like, just think about the sentence. And also remember that these prepositions are used to tell you why, and any one of them can be used in a similar way. Well, thank you for listening, and I will be back with another video later. Bye-bye.